Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to that Flavor in Your Ear podcast, man. We're back again, new episode with Javon Gopi.
Yes, sir.
Sack Sensei. I'm really excited for this episode. We've had a lot of different skill trainers, but we haven't had a NFL skill set guy, yet. So I'm very intrigued to learn a lot about the business, how this works,
Right.
how you teach,
Right.
all these things. Well, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, man, Daniel, I appreciate you for having me, man.
No problem, man. I'm excited. You're part of the home team with Nick Benito, a former guest of ours. I've known him since he was a kid, so anybody that's on his team is on my team.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man.
So how we start this thing is always based off your story, right?
Okay.
How did the love of football come about? How did you start playing the game? Was it a family thing you passed down from your father? You just picked it up?
So it's funny you asked that, and you kind of made a point about basketball earlier, right?
Okay.
So basketball is my first love.
Okay.
To this day.
Wow.
I watch basketball any day before I turn on a football game.
Okay.
Football is just what I was great at.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But
Makes sense.
My family, my brother 6'5", cousin 6'6", 6'8".
Big family.
I was the only one that didn't get the hype. So I tried out for the team every year. In high school, I finally made the team. I was a guy out there setting picks, rebounding. I knew my role.
The enforcer.
Of course, man. But basketball was always my first love, man. But,
Okay.
like I said, fortunately for me, football just happened to be something I was good at. I was passionate about it. Growing up.
It's good for conditioning.
No, 100%, definitely. And I sprinkled in a lot of different things. I wrestled in high school.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't want to see you in the wrestling.
Yeah, nah.
I don't want to wrestle you.
I liked it. I didn't love it.
Okay.
I liked it, but I did not love it, man. The training was rigorous. It was a lot of long hours. So I wrestled, ran track, basketball, football. I actually sang as well. I was in chorus for about 5 years.
You know what? Did the wrestling affect, I know you got to maintain weight, a certain weight. Did that affect football in any way? Because you got to.
Well, I was a heavyweight. So for
it
me,
didn't matter. You were already at the top.
It was like 250 and above.
Okay. So you wasn't worried about that. Yeah.
No,
okay.
No weight.
I've seen some crazy stuff like people making weight right before the matches.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing up.
Yeah, those guys at 103 and 112. Yeah, no, they definitely got to stay. Right
within that point, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't eat the whole day or
Yep.
to not gain a pound. That's all
garbage
crazy.
bag on, sweating before the match.
I've seen all that stuff. I had a cousin that wrestled at Miami High, and his name was Randy, and man, he all these crazy things just to meet the match.
Gotcha. No, I believe it.
So chorus?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I didn't see that one coming.
Hey, it's funny you say that. For all my choir family, from back in the days in Everglades High School.
Okay.
I'm giving y'all a shout out, man. I wouldn't.
Were you in the church too?
Yeah, I sang in church. Grew up in the church singing. Took it to high school. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead.
Only reason I liked chorus.
Okay.
My first day in chorus, I was in a band, ninth grade, and we were practicing before a Christmas concert, and I was just in the background singing. And my band director was like, "You sound very well. Let me take you to go meet the chorus director, right?"
Yeah.
So I walk in there. We walk through the back door, and I was sold the minute I walked in there because I see how many girls in there. So that's what sold me, man.
I don't blame you.
Ever since then, I found a passion. Music is always something I love. I love all types of music.
Yeah.
So I was very passionate about it. I sang for a while. I'm interested in getting back into it now as an adult. You see what I'm saying? But no, that was a huge part of my life, man. So like I said, for all the people who was a part of my choir family, man, shout out to you guys. I wouldn't be who I am today.
Man, so you were a busy guy when you were young,
definitely.
How'd you maintain the focus on football? All that stuff going on.
I think football, like I said, it was just something I was great at.
Yeah, it was natural.
I was definitely a hard worker, and I was always proactive. I always put in the extra work. So it wasn't at the time. It wasn't hard. It wasn't a hard balance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it came natural.
Okay.
100%. Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about your young career. Like, how did you? Now this is, I think I've had this conversation with several people. How did you define your position that you played? Was it just because of your girth and size, and they just naturally put you there, or was there something that gravitated you to your position?
So let me start off on the record by saying this. I'm a very humble guy.
Okay.
I rarely ever talk about my experiences in college or high school.
Okay.
Because it's over. You see what I'm saying? I don't care to to boast, but for the respect of the show, man, I was that dude. I was coming out of high school. I was first team in the state, first team in the county. I was one of the best defensive tackles.
Okay.
And I think it was just something in me. Just I love to dominate people.
Yeah.
Whoever's in front of me, like I found joy in whooping ass of the guy in front of me.
So from the minute you played the position, you just loved it. Yeah.
From day one, man.
From day one.
So also growing up with a disability, me being visually impaired.
Right.
I was angry from like 10 years old up on. Not until I got about maybe into my 20s, I was able to, reflect and understand how to channel it. But I was just always angry, man, because stuff was always hard. So I kind of channeled that and put it into sports and football for sure. And yeah, man, like I said, I just love to dominate the guy in front of me. And you know, anybody who played with me or you know played in around the time that I played, they'll tell you it was coincidentally Aaron Donald.
Okay.
One of my favorite. He's probably the greatest to ever do it.
Okay.
And we came out the same class, same age.
I still
same
think it's
position.
LT.
Yeah, same position. And you know, so I guess I would say I'm the Aaron Donald who didn't make it. You see what I'm saying? Because I you know, he plays football the right way. You know, he plays with attitude, with tenacity. He's smart. You know, he puts in the work, watches film. So yeah, man, for me growing up, you know, I was really good at what I did. You know, and that is what it was. And like I said, I really channeled, you know, just a lot of the anger and things that I had growing up.
Yeah.
And I put that toward, you know, put it on the field.
Yeah.
And,
Constructive.
You know, 100%.
Right.
100%.
So did you play here in Florida?
Yeah. So I grew up here in South Florida.
Okay.
I went to Everglades High School.
Okay.
Graduated 2009. From there, I bounced around a couple of different colleges. And the reason why is because, like I told you, I was one of the best guys in the state coming out my last year in high school.
Right.
But unfortunately, I'm only 5'10", 5'11". And, you know, nowadays, like I said, Aaron Donald's opened the door for the shorter guys to come in and really, you know, dominate.
I didn't even realize he's under 6 feet.
Bro, yes. He's
I didn't know that.
5'11", 6 foot on the head.
Wow,
on the paper, it'll tell you maybe 6'1". We the same height.
Okay.
The same height.
Wow.
So, yeah, he kind of opened the door for, you know, some of the shorter guys. And it's crazy because football is about leverage. So it's crazy to hear, you know, a lot of the college coaches, they have a standard in, you know, height and size and weight. But if football is about leverage, why can't the guy who has the most leverage be successful? You see what I'm saying? So I bounced around a little bit trying to chase a dream. You know, I felt like, you know, when I played junior college, I played literally every level of football, from Division I to junior college.
Okay.
And, you know, I just felt like I was better than the competition. I felt like I deserved more, you know, based off of the work that I put in.
Right.
And in retrospect, I probably should just stayed at one school and just dominated, you know, but, you know, it's life. I didn't have any guidance, didn't have a dad around to, you know, kind of put that in my ear. So I bounced around a little bit, but the good thing about it is I had the opportunity to play under a lot of different people. And that's where the learning curve really took its place, because
everybody teaches different.
100%, man. So I was able to see a lot of good, a lot of bad, and, you know, make my own decision on what I liked and what worked.
Right.
And, you know, shit, here we are today.